Hi, Stampers. It's Lisa. Welcome to our live. We have a fun fold card for you today. We're going to do this landscaped easel card. Welcome, Ginger, Lean, Janet. Hi, Mary. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Connie. Thank you for joining me. I think you're going to like today's card, and I think you're going to like the new products I'm sharing because we are using product out of the new annual catalog. This is the Country Corners dies. I love these. I've been using them quite a bit. And then we're also using the Lasting Joy stamp set. The weather here is a little bit bonkers. It was 80 something, 83, 84 degrees when I came downstairs. And then we're supposed to get snow next week. Don't ask me. I don't know. They said that it's warm right now. We're going to get a cold chill coming through. Hopefully it'll just be rain, but my arm is better. My shoulder still, I can't lift it very high, but I'm working like this level, which is what I needed for my card making. So thank you for asking. That is doing much better. For our card, we're going to need our standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score that at 4 1/4 and again at 2 1/8. And so that's what's going to give us this kind of an arc. And the way I picked 2 1/8, it was just halfway. You could mark it at 2 inches if you wanted. It wouldn't really make any difference. So if that 1/8 inch bothers you, you can do that. Somebody posted in our leader group a really cool little measurement that her husband made up that glues onto our trimmer. And it has the actual, this is an 1/8, this is a 3/8, this is a 5/8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download that PDF and put it up in my store that you can download it for free. So that is coming. I have a piece for the outside and a piece for the inside that are 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I have 3 3/4 by 5 in designer series paper and in basic white. So we're kind of basically mirroring inside and outside. Just outside is designer series paper. Inside is the white for our greeting. Because it's an easel, we need a stopper. So I used the smallest out of the dies. So it's this one here is going to be what I'm stamping the sentiment on. And then I die cut this one, which is obviously too short, but I can cut this in half and then have it pop out like that. And nobody's going to know that it doesn't go all the way through. That'll be our little secret from the back end. So all good there. Then I have, these are the layering circles. Again, I'm using the stylish shapes again. I'm telling you, if you don't have this set, you want to go add it to your cart. It is fabulous. And that's going to be this in the middle. And then this part here is actually one die cut, but we're going to cut it in half and then flip it to get this really fun effect. So let's see. Let's start with our stamping. Let's get inky. We're using boho blue. This is a new in color. This is one of the ones that we were sneak peeked when the little machine came out. And it is quite different from balmy blue. It's more of a blue-gray. Periwinkle, I guess, is kind of close. So this is boho blue. This is balmy blue. Then they brought back Misty Moonlight, which pairs really well with that. And they brought back Blueberry Bushel, which was one of my favorites because that's a true blue. Before, let's see, they had Pacific Point. And it was a blue, but it was, I don't know, it's brighter. So Blueberry Bushel is more like a crayon blue, I think. So all new colors, all new stamps, all new dies. I just love it. Lots of fun stuff. When you get your new ink pad, you're going to want to peel the labels off the bottom. Obviously, I put that plain one here. I put the name with the one with the name on the end. And then you want to take a birthday candle, chapstick, something to kind of lubricate these sides and then go back and forth because they're very stiff when you first get them. They also might be very juicy. And so I have found when I've been using them that I need to take the back of a spoon and kind of push the ink down into it in their effort to make sure we didn't get dry pads. They are very juicy. And how you will know that is when you go to ink up your stamp, it's going to have little bubbles in the ink. And we don't want that. We want it to be flush. Boo-boos do make some good cards sometimes. I love it. Hi, Sonia. So we're going to stamp using this stamp set. There was a stamp set that comes with the dies. I mean, it's cute. It was just stitching various little designs that went in these shapes. Didn't excite me a whole lot, but I liked this. This was in the same few pages of the catalog because, again, this is one of those stamp sets that does a little bit of everything. It even has I missed your birthday. Thinking of you, you're in my life, in my heart, birthday wishes, thankful, I'm sorry, you're going through this, hoping for better days ahead. It's just great in that there's lots of little sentiments and there's a few little flowers in there. But I went ahead and used the May the Years Ahead Be Filled with Lasting Joy. For You is going to go on our little pop-up. And then on the outside, we're going to use Birthday Wishes. This is when I found out the pad was too juicy. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's not a real crisp image, and it's because there were bubbles in the ink when I went to stamp. So I usually try to line my stamps up on the grid paper to keep them straight. And then when I put the block down on top of it, I align the block with the grid paper too, and that's hopefully going to keep me straight. You want to just tap, tap, tap. You don't want to press too hard because you will get halos that way. And then straight up and down, no rocking. That's one of the things that we have to unlearn from kindergarten. We don't rock stamps anymore. And I need that inside piece. And now this one I'm going to stamp high because we need the room for this here. Oop, and I've got a little boo-boo there, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's going to get covered up. So we'll just pretend that didn't happen. Some people do scrape the ink pad when it's too ink. It's also, sometimes our red inks will get little crystals on them. This is starting to get a couple. It's not bad. I don't know if you can see them. They're not, some people called it mold. It's not mold, but it's little dry crystals of the ink. I use a butter knife just to gently scrape those off. That might be what you're thinking of. Some people will also use a bone folder or a credit card or something to like scrape against here. And if it's really way, way too juicy, they have patted it with a paper towel. To me, that's kind of wasting ink. I would rather just rub it with a spoon, and that usually will do it for me. Okay, so it's going to go on the front. I had that little... See, I tell you, those little pieces, they get lost. I lost the little one that does the flags. I know I showed it to you. It's here somewhere. My lap had one of the crystals. Okay, we may have to die cut a new one. Not a big deal. We're also going to cut that die cut in half. Remember I said we were going to change the shape and flip it over? Okay, so let's mount this on here. I'm always better off if I get little pieces out of my way. There's less to get lost then, right? My friend Susan, I don't know if you've watched Susan Campfield, she has a joke with her viewers that when she loses something, they all take a sip of their drink. It's become kind of like a gimmick with her show. It's kind of funny. She's even mailed out cups sometimes, I think, that had that saying on it. Because, yeah, the camera turns on and all of a sudden you, I don't know, can't think straight and measurements are wrong and you lose things. Just happens. Okay. Bring in this one. Ah, there it is. Hallelujah. It was there after all. I'm going to bring in the trimmer. Like I said, I want to cut this in half. We can see if we lay this where the blade goes, it's 4 inches. So we're going to cut it at 2. And then rather than leaving it this way, which you could, if you were going to put a large circle in the middle, you could use this to extend it. But I'm actually going to flip them and go this way. Like, it looks like a belt buckle to me. Anybody else remember those belt buckles from the 80s where you had these 2 interlocking circles that went together in the front? Just me? Yeah, Ginger, do I have your email address? I should. I can send you that PDF with a link to it in my store. I think you'll like it. Okay, now I want these to be centered on the sides, and I'm going to make them even with the designer series paper. If I want to be really fussy, I could, lay this down here and go, okay, this is the middle. We're going to come down, X number of squares. You could even like put them on there and then push down until they matched. But I'm going to go ahead and wing it. So put that one there. That looks about right. Okay, and then, like I said, this one's going to go in the middle. But we can go ahead and pop this up on dimensionals. I think that would be fun. So this is basically kind of a card front, but detached. Then we're going to go ahead and attach it to the card front. Okay, so this will kind of just be centered in the middle there, as if it's a normal layer. Only because of the easel effect, we do not want glue on the top half. We only want it on the bottom half. Okay. There's our little icky. So I'll cut this in half. Okay, so you can see this is 3/4 of an inch wide. I can set it on the grid. I don't know if you can see that, but I've got it between the grid lines with that coming out of the middle. So that's how I'm ensuring that it's centered. And then because I know I want to pop this up, I can go ahead and tack that down with a dimensional. But I'm just lining it up in the grid lines. There's 3 squares, and I'm going to make this one go up the middle one. Again, it can be eyeballed, but you know, for those of you who want it to be more exact, you could also, like I've got them uneven here. I probably should have counted how many squares up I went. Looks like it just went up 1 square. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay, and then this is going to go inside. Like I said, this is going to be our stopper. Ooh, eek. So I want that in here to be like this one. Now this I actually ended up sponging because I thought the 4U was really little and kind of got lost in all of that white. Now, how much ink you're going to get into the white depends on how far over you let your sponge kind of hang. If you're more vertical, it's going to just get the very edge. If you're leaning over, it's going to get that part you're leaning over, which is kind of what I was going for. I wanted it to be a little more than normal. And then I'm going to use this piece to cover up our little boo-boo on the inside. So we'll just lay that right over the top of that goof and make like it never happened, right? And then we have our stopper. Sorry. I wish this thing would let me zoom. Hopefully that will be one of the things they update when they fix this software again next time, is give me a chance to zoom it on the computer so I don't make you guys all dizzy. So does anybody have any questions about this card before I show you what I'm doing on Thursday? Come on. I have the prize wheel collecting everybody's name. So please type in hashtag prize patrol. That's how you get entered into the drawing. That is to win the card. So I will be spinning a wheel soon that will have everybody's name on it. Let's see. There we go. So if you've entered hashtag prize patrol, then you will be entered into the drawing and may win a chance at getting today's card mailed to you. It's going to add a little bit of bling. Realized I forgot to do that. Okay. Janet, can you put in prize patrol again without the spaces? We need the hashtag prize patrol all run together as one word. I want to make sure you get entered into our drawing correctly. Because it's a computer, they're like extra finicky about how that's put in. They're only going to find it if it doesn't have the spaces. Here is another card I did with that same idea, only rather than having it go landscape, this one is portrait, and it's not an easel card, it's just a regular card. And this is the one we're going to do on Thursday. It opens up like this. This is one of the ways to do this kind of a span. The other way is to do it this way. So it's almost the same card. It just opens differently. Okay. Lucy, again, you have a space. I need it. Prize Patrol with no space. I know sometimes even the computer makes that correction for you. They think they're being helpful, but not really. The new catalog does go live tomorrow. So if you have your order waiting, you can go ahead and order tomorrow. Again, I kind of want to remind you they're a little behind on shipping because we had an awesome April. We had that last chance list, and then we had the pre-order for demos. We were able to order out of the catalog early, and then we had a free shipping day. So, I mean, things are booming over at Stampin' Up. They have hired extra workers, and they are like pulling people out of executive offices to come down and pick. So they're saying that they're going to get caught up, but make sure you get your order in early so that you are first to get it. Okay, looks like Lucy got it entered. I stalled long enough. So let me go ahead and share the wheel and find out who today's winner is. So let's remove that one and add this one. And we're ready to spin. If it will let me get over there. There we go. So there we go. Janet is our winner. Congratulations, Janet. I'm pretty sure I have your address. But if you are a winner in these things ever, all you have to do is go to my website, queenbeecreations.net, where you'll find all sorts of helpful things. And then up in the address bar, you would put /Prize Patrol, and it will lead you to a Google form where you can give me your address and I can mail you your card. So thank you everyone for joining me, and come back on Thursday when we play with our next card using the Countryside Corners dies and the new colors and new designer series paper and all that fun stuff. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you on Thursday. Thanks. Bye.